So far, we have been talking mostly about plant care. Today, I want to switch things up a little. When I started this channel, I knew it's not going to be only about plant care, but also about all the DIY projects that I love. So today I'm going to teach you how to make your own macrame hanger. And if you love combining your plants with creativity, this one is definitely for you. Hi everyone, my name is Alina and I'm a plant lover. Welcome to my green leafy space. So today we're gonna make a macrame hanger from 3 bamboo rings. It's not the hardest macrame, it's kind of easy to make. I am gonna use some macrame notes. If you don't know any, don't worry, it's pretty simple and I'll do my best to explain everything to you. I have made this macrame hanger a while ago for my Hoya in the living room, and I do have a cutting from the same Hoya that lives in water, and I decided it's time to move it to soil and give it just a little bit more light to be happy. So we're gonna make the macrame hanger and we're gonna repot the Hoya and find it a nice bright spot in, I believe, in our bedroom, the space where we're at right now. Okay, so let's talk a little about the materials I'm gonna use. So I chose 3 bamboo rings. This one is 15 centimeters. These 2 are 20 centimeters. I'm also gonna use this cute ring. It's about 5 centimeters. And I'm gonna use this beautiful brownish cord. I think it's 3 millimeters. And I'm gonna use some smaller cord just for the start of the project to keep the rings together before I use the macrame note. You will need a meter and some scissors. This is gonna be the ring in the middle, and these 2 are gonna be on the sides like this. And I want to explain why I chose this side, the 15 centimeters. And the reason is really simple. I want to pot my Hoya into this terracotta, so this fits perfectly inside. This is the reason I chose this diameter. Of course, if you have something else, you want to use any other pot, then you just measure the diameter and choose the ring you'll need. I am going to add some links with similar products, so you can, just check out what's out there and decide by the pots you have what size of rings you need. So the length of my macrame hanger is going to be about 50 centimeters long. Usually if you make a macrame with a lot of notes, you should multiply the length you need about 8 to 10. So if I need 50 centimeters, I multiplied it by 8 and I cut 4 meters. So I'm going to use only 2 cords. This is one and another one. This is what I'm going to use for this project. Okay, so let's start with connecting the rings together and then we'll continue to the macrame notes. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna connect the 2 bigger rings. I'm not gonna make it really tight because I do want it to open to connect to the smaller one. Next, I'm gonna add these 2 to the smaller ring. I'm gonna do it from the outside because inside I'm gonna fit the terracotta. To the other side. Okay, now we have the basic form of the plain hanger. Now we're gonna add all the macrame notes. I'm gonna use this cute hook. And I'm gonna put it here. And okay, I think I'm gonna move the pothos this way for just for you to see better. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this cute little wooden ring, and I think I'm gonna bring you closer over here so you'll see better the first basic note. Okay, so we're gonna start with one of the basic knots of macrame. This knot I usually start all my projects. I take the ends, put them together, and then I have this loop that I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm gonna take this loop, I'm gonna put it inside the ring, and then the two cords inside the loop, and just gonna tighten everything up like this. This is the lark's head note. I'm gonna do the same with my second long cord, the 4 meters cord I cut before. I'm gonna take the ends together. This is the ends of my cord, and on the other side I have a loop. I'm gonna take the loop, I'm gonna put it inside the ring, then the two cords inside the loop, and tighten everything together. This is the lark's head note, and one of the basic and easiest notes of macrame. Okay, this is where we start our plant hanger. Okay, moving on to the second note I'm gonna teach you, and that's gonna be a half square knot. So these two cords are the working cords, and these are two of the middle are the filler notes. So we're gonna basically use these two, the left and the right one, and we're gonna make all the notes around the filler chords. So I'm gonna make a left half square note. You can make it right. It really doesn't makes that difference. So you can just, if you don't know any macrame notes, you can just follow along. Okay, so I'm gonna take the left working chord and I'm gonna put it above the two filler chords. Now I'm gonna take the right one and I'm gonna put it above the left one, then behind the two filler chords and into the loop. This is kind of it. So I'm just gonna continue doing the same and I'm gonna get a spiral notes. So I'm taking the left one above the two filler chords, and then I'm holding the right working chord above the left one, then behind the filler chords and into the loop. It's really important to tighten everything so it looks beautiful. I am gonna do some more just for you to see how spiral it gets. So it can be kind of hard at the beginning, but with time, with a few notes, your brain is gonna remember everything you'll need to do. Okay, this is an important moment. When you get to this point, you just turn around this part, but you do continue with the left one if you want it to swirl. When I started really getting into growing plants and styling my home with plants, I kind of remember that I do know some macrame basics, and that's because I grew up in Ukraine, and that's basically what we used to do there. We would get together with my girlfriends, and we used to make all sorts of like crafts. So it kind of hit me, okay, I know how to make macrame. And then I just started to, got me some materials and started making a lot of like DIYs projects that I really, really liked. I did have to learn some, the basics and names of the nuts just to explain it to you, but I do think you can basically learn everything today online. So there is a lot of information. I think YouTube is a great place to learn some macrame notes and get inspired. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check some videos out. For me, making macrame projects or basically any DIY projects is kind of, mindful moments, just, to enjoy the peace and quiet. And after I make it, of course, I really enjoy the beautiful result. And I think it really makes all my DIY projects I make, if it's macrame or some wooden furniture or shelfies, it really makes our home just come together. I really love this style. I feel like I'm bringing nature inside my home with not only plants but all these beautiful DIYs. So, if you love being creative, I think you'll find a lot of really fun DIYs in my channel. Okay, so I have about 40 centimeters long, and I'm gonna stop here because I'm kind of short of a cord. And I do have to say that, cutting the length of the cord on one side, I don't want to waste a lot of cord. But on the other side, sometimes things like this happen. So I think if you're gonna make a macrame that has all the length is going to be notes, so then you definitely should cut, like multiply by more than 8. That's what I did, just learned from my mistake. Just multiply it by 10 or 12 and then you're definitely going to be safe. I think it's going to be fine. I always can add another ring here above this one and then just give it more length, but we'll see. I believe it's going to be just great. Now I'm gonna add the 3 rings and I'm gonna do the same. It's not gonna be exactly the same. I'm gonna do the square knot. This is really like the half knot, but we're gonna use the left, start from the left side and then go to the right. So this cord is really short. I hope to make it work. These two I'm gonna put above the rings. Now I'm gonna do, it's gonna be kind of challenging because you need to hold all of this together. I'm gonna do a square knot. I'm gonna start from the left to the right, exactly like we did before. Now instead of continuing with the left one, I'm gonna do a knot with the right one. It's exactly the same, just on the other side. It's gonna go above the working cords, and then the left one is gonna be above the right one, behind the filler and into the loop. This is basically it. And again, we just did the right one. I'm gonna do the left one, and this is gonna be the last one. Okay. I'm going to do a small tassel here just to add some cute touch. I'm gonna cut it, I think somewhere here, and I'm definitely gonna use the leftover cord I have, and I think I'm just gonna open one of these. It's really simple. I'm gonna tie it here. So now we're gonna do the last 2 knots. Okay, so I'm gonna make this loop. One cord is gonna be a longer one and this one is gonna be the short one. We're gonna make this loop, we're gonna put it on the place where we want this knot to be, the gathering knot. Okay, so we have this loop, this is the other end of the loop, and now we're gonna start wrapping above the loop we've made. Okay, I'm not gonna make it like really tight because I do need to move the loop inside the gathering knot. I'm gonna cut it. Now I'm gonna use this end, the one that I wrapped, made all these knots, and I'm gonna put it inside this loop, okay? Like this. Then I'm gonna pull on the other side of the loop because I want the end to get inside under the knots I made, these wraps. Okay. Just tighten everything, make sure the knot is inside. Pull on this side, and then when the knot is inside, just tighten everything. And now I want to cut these cords. You don't make it really short, just then with your scissors, just hide it inside. I'm gonna do the same on this side and we're gonna move on to cutting my Hoya cutting. Okay, so I'm done making this cute macrame hanger. I really hope it's gonna be enough because I wanna hang it here on the window and I'm not sure it's gonna be long enough. I'm gonna check it together with you and we'll see. Okay, so this is my Hoya cutting and I think it's really time to pot it into soil and just give it a little more light. It has been in a kind of a bright to medium light conditions. I do repot sometimes in the bedroom on this table. And the balcony is kind of messy. It's not really messy, but there are a lot of plants there on my repotting station that need a lot of love. So I'm just gonna do the repot here and then we're gonna put it into the terracotta and see how it looks. Okay, so let's see how it looks in our new plant hanger. I really love the result. I really love that it's all natural materials, and I don't only love that it's natural materials, I really like the color combination. I think it looks so beautiful, and adding some greenery to these elements to me just makes everything come together. Okay, so really important point on the diameter of the bigger rings. Okay, so my terracotta pot is also 15 centimeters. As you can see, it fits great in the smaller one that also is 15. So you need to make sure that your pot diameter is smaller than the big ring, because if it's bigger, then you won't be able to fit it inside. I just enjoy adding these, beautiful touches to my green spaces. And I think the best part of it is that, I can make it by my own, and I, can make it exactly the way I want it to look. And that makes me really, really happy. And I believe that this cutting, this beautiful Hoya is going to be so happy here to get some much more bright indirect light. And yeah, I'm definitely going to give you an update. If you're going to make this project, then definitely comment and tell me if you enjoyed the process and if the result is what you expect it to be. And if you're gonna upload some stories to your Instagram, then definitely uh, tag me. I would love to see the projects you'll make. And I hope it inspired you to, to combine your plants with much more creativity. Thank you so much for being here. I'm definitely gonna make more videos like this of different DIYs projects. So stick around, and I hope to see you soon.